this old, antiquated, beautiful, though, jersey from the San Diego Chargers. Suckers don't even exist anymore. So it's love for you. All right, let's get into Joy Taylor's claims that Dak Prescott isn't talented enough to get to an NFC Championship game. What? All right, so during Speak, her and Acho were talking. Acho asked Joy what she wanted to see out of Dak Prescott this year. She says, quote, a miracle. Oh, she replied, damn, we doing Dak like this. So she then compared on the Minnesota Vikings quarterback, Kirk Cousins, and said Dak Prescott is not that talented. He's good enough to get a team to the playoffs. Kirk does that. He's good enough to win a playoff game. Kirk does that. He's good enough to have a high-flying offense, good regular season, win a division, and all those things are inherently good things. They make you a franchise quarterback. You will get paid doing that. You will get endorsements doing that. You'll be the face of a franchise doing that. But we don't have to talk about you as if you're a Super Bowl contender. Now, I disagree with pretty much everything she said, but I gotta give her props first. The way she broke that down in phrasing right there, he does that. He does it. I'm sure she flowed that to the fullest. All right, so Taylor seems to be, people already linked this together, parroting what Colin Cowherd said last year about Dak, comparing him to Kirk Cousins, saying they're the same dude except Cousins, Dak has more fans and fewer haters. That's what Kirk Cousins is, right? So I'm like, interesting. Taylor then clarified her take. She go a little deeper, y'all, saying that Prescott isn't talented enough to get to an NFC Championship game. Dak has been the reason why they've lost multiple years against the same team. I think Dak is a great face of an organization. Ooh, that's tough. When you're a baller and they talk about how good you are in politicking and just representing, that hurts. I think he does a tremendous job being the face of the Dallas Cowboys. Damn, she said it twice. That means she ain't got much else to say about him, which I think is actually a very difficult thing of what you have to do between the lines. I think he's talented enough to win regular season games, to win a division, to put up big numbers, playoffs, win the playoff games, done all those things. But we talk about this team like they should be Super Bowl contenders. Why? He isn't that talented. So then Acho asked her to clarify. Come on, say it. And she says, to get to an NFC Championship game, forget about talking about a Super Bowl. Get to an NFC Championship game. Woo, okay. Now, that's a hot take. We already know. Make me think already. They keep postponing when Undisputed coming back. And who to go get to argue with Skip. Joy right here. There's a hot take. That's a hot take artist right there. On top of that, she got history with Skip Bayless. And she's in-house. She's in the building. But let me get into why I got issues with this, all right? First things first. That's another show on Fox. That was pun intended. How do you measure talent? Traditional methods are completely wrong. Let me give you just some simple examples. So the draft and the combine are largely talent assessments, right? Want to know why? You go to the combine first, and they kind of say, put the game film over here. Let's see what type of talent we have. That's why you can go up or down at the combine, even though you're like, dog, my game film said I'm a baller. What are we doing here, right? And then the draft is the same thing. It's like, all right, we're going to merge some game film, but what is the upside? What can we build upon in terms of the athlete here? Yo, what are his measurables? How great is he? And the measurables include production as well. All right, so you want to know how we all know this is true? That a talent conversation and the way that they evaluate talent at the quarterback position, completely wrong? Name the two greatest quarterbacks in NFL history. We already know their names. The two GOATs. There was one GOAT named Joe Montana and the GOAT named Tom Brady, right? Two most decorated. And they were pick number 199 and pick number 82. Because in a talent conversation, you wouldn't put them that high. But in a production conversation, you got to shut up and respect their gangster. So let's get into this. It's almost as if then and now, people don't know what they're looking at. People don't know what to look at in terms of regarding quarterback talent. There were 6 quarterbacks drafted before Tom Brady. How many of them turned out better? We already know that answer. 4 quarterbacks drafted before Joe Montana, because it's a talent decision, right? We're looking at it through that lens, talent mixed with production. Come on, how many were better than Joe Montana? Dak Prescott's more than talented enough to do it at this position, right? Okay, you don't believe me? To get to an NFC Championship game? Brad Johnson got to an NFC Championship game, won a Super Bowl. Okay. Oh, Trent Dilfer got to an NFC Championship game, AFC Championship game, won a Super Bowl. What you gonna say? Yeah, it's not just the talent conversation, but if we want to be explicit, Dak is overqualified in terms of talent. We have too many other ways that we can measure this and see that he is qualified. I just don't like when football, the ultimate team sports, really gets to this place where we extract one individual and then try to sum up their abilities just based on lack of team success. Because a Super Bowl really tells you how great you were with the team. Hall of Fame tells you how great you were no matter what, right? There's a huge difference. To me, a big, bold line. So she made some good points. I get it. I can see where you could try and intertwine and bring all this together. But I just think it's on a faulty premise that Dak's not talented enough to do it just because he hasn't done it. And then what if he does it this year? All we gonna say is, oh, well, I was wrong. It's like, no, you're wrong now before he even does it. So I think people want to know, you guys want to know, why does the media do this? Why do we in the media do this? And I know where your suspicions are rooted in. And like, how real does she believe in this? How truthful does she think this really is? I will say this. Here's the culture, here's the pressure of being Joy Taylor, me, or anybody on those type of shows doing this type of thing. Everyone's trying to stick out from the crowd. So when you're trying to stick out from the crowd, you got to peacock. And peacocking is basically get bright with who you are, get bigger with what you feel, right? So it's not like it's false, it's just bigger and brighter than you really feel. You put a little more extra hot sauce on it, right? Just to make sure that everyone gets it. Hey, look at me, or look what I said. So I can stick out, so we can stick out. And y'all do it too. Real life people do it too. How many piercings you got, dog? How many tattoos you got, dog? How loud are your clothes? You know, you colored your hair. We all do it. I got 5 piercings. Don't wear it, but only 2 of them sometimes now. But I was in that phase trying to stick out from the crowd. So, you know, the whole LeBron is LeBum. Brady's going to fall off a cliff, that Max said. And Dak's not talented enough. Kind of is all in that same place, man. You just sit there, you're in the rigmarole, you're caught up, and you're with everyone, level playing field. And sometimes you want to just stick out. You want a peacock. What do you guys think about Joy's comments? I'm going to ask you this. Do you think and agree with Joy that Dak is not talented enough? You agree with Joy that Dak and Kirk Cousins are the same dude, Spider-Man? And this is the real question. Should Joy Taylor join Skip Bayless on Undisputed? Will that satisfy you guys?